Okay, get started. We need to see the public comment thing, or can we just skip past that since there's nobody
I guess
here?
we can do our own roll call and
Okay,
I guess we can skip that part if there's no one here.
okay, so it's just Tom, LaDonna, Laura, Brent, and me, and no public comment. So
Great.
we'll just get right into the discussion topics then.
That sounds great. I have just a couple of updates for everyone. Colorado Communities for Climate Action is a go, so thank you for the support and listening to the presentation. It passed through council and we're gonna be members in the next week or so, so that's really exciting.
So the money, they were able to find it, it's not a
Yes.
big deal.
Awesome. So that'll be really exciting and they have different committees, so I'm gonna try them all out and see which ones I like, and be able to keep us hopefully updated and, yeah, it's exciting. And we also passed the 2024 International Energy Conservation Codes, and there's a much bigger breakdown, but that was the presentation that y'all heard in May from our chief building official or officer, official, Tim Steinwinder, and Greg. So that is like a whole package of, and they call them I codes. And they also passed the Colorado solar and model electric codes. So those went into effect August 1st. So they are Littleton law of the land now, which is exciting. That was also another aspect that he presented on. And then we had the study session on July 22nd, and I think it went pretty well. And we're in talks to then move that on to plan adoption in October now. It was pushed back a little bit, but because it's a busy time. No other huge reason for that. And I'm just kind of keeping track of what's happening in the other cities because council is very focused on that regional aspect of the plan. That was very important. And so we're trying to figure out in terms of conversations how to like lay the groundwork and what is feasible based on all the politics in the different cities. So that was a synopsis of an hour conversation. It's on recording if you want to go back, but it's pretty similar to the presentation I gave. It's just from a consultant. And that was on July 22nd, council study session.
And it goes in August.
It was supposed to go in August, but now it's going in October. I think there are other items that council wanted to see first, but I don't think it was for any reason of them not supporting it.
No, I think it was for us to collaborate with the other cities a little bit more, just to make sure.
Yeah, they wanted more time for us to really get that regional collaboration
Oh.
piece together. And maybe come up with like a rough timeline for things. Because the timeline that the consultant gave is super broad and it spans over, a decade. Because they're trying to give us flexibility and saying like, it might take a while to do these things and how you and what priorities you have might be different. And they acknowledge that, so it's not a bad thing. And then some of the regional recommendations, as we discussed, are just really big infrastructure projects. So that just requires a bit more coordination too with our, with the other cities of Centennial, Englewood, and Sheridan. It kind of just depends, but I was listening in on Centennial's council and I heard most of it and they seem pretty excited too, so I guess we'll hear back from them too about that, so.
Good.
Some things are moving along, and yeah, regardless, I think it would be great to work on the waste diversion letter of support. I know there's not that many of us, but how do y'all feel about just forging ahead with it anyhow?
I think it's great. I think business should just happen.
Yes, let's do it. So let's see here. Freak out. Apparently, I've been told that I'm one of the only people that has this issue with the computer.
Lucky.
I was like, oh, great. I could have never known that and that would have probably been better for
I
them.
go to Outlook via my MacBook. I can't always download the agenda. Where
Could download the letter
Huh.
agenda.
Oh, is it because of Adobe?
Maybe it's,
Is it like you have to download Adobe?
but I can get it like when I go to the website.
You can't?
I can.
Oh, you can. Oh, that is weird. Can other people see it on their emails?
I can always see.
Microsoft, Window, Apple.
I'm gonna.
I just use my iPhone and it works fine. So, Laura, is it possible to just start with just a review of the, and the last little bit on the presentation to know what they recommend, the.
Sure. I mean, it is possible if only back to my Zoom. Let me see if I just, here we go.
For my.
Okay. Share, okay, so we can go to the plan. That would be helpful to like.
Just to make sure, yeah, that we.
Yeah. For sure. My computer is freaking out. Here we go.
Here we go.
We're getting closer.
I'm probably getting closer. Here we go.
Looks
All
like.
right. We're just gonna share the entire screen and maybe that will help.
Afraid we can't share that information.
All right.
I would stop share and then.
Oh, she's got it.
Yeah, stop.
I think I got it.
Oh, did it? It showed up.
I don't know how or
We should
why.
even talk about it.
Yeah. It just wanted,
Put it on the spot.
yeah, exactly. All right. I guess that worked. Maybe. So this is the plan in full. It's 81 pages. But let's go down just, not to give everyone a headache, but to the Littleton section. And we can do, here we go, like a high level overview.
Okay.
We can also look at the regional ones too. I think those are just a much longer conversation because it's a lot of infrastructure.
Right.
So this is just a summary of probably everything you'll know about Littleton, counties, our housing portfolio. But here are the actual recommendations, which I think might be the most useful to touch on. And so we presented this to council, showing them like fiscal impact means like the amount of money it would cost. So, and then the amount of what
The amount of money it'll cost the city to implement.
yeah, a rough estimate of something of the sort. There is a lot of funding out there, so it's not necessarily the city, it could also be grant money, but, it's still probably my time to get the grant and do all the reporting and whatnot. But yeah, this is an overall, and, these are sort of the specific strategies. Like, I'll read it if you want.
I literally just wanted the list just so I could remember all of the
Yeah.
8 or 10 things.
Would it be helpful to just put the list side by side with the letter?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, let's see if we can handle it.
Next. On the letter, we're really listing our support, and we wanna list some
That work?
benefits, like.
So I wrote a draft because I think we decided it would be
Easier that way,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. a little bit of chaos, so. But we can change anything we want according to what y'all think makes the most sense. I highlighted some benefits that I see from plan adoption, and ones that I wanted to emphasize, or that I thought were important to emphasize, but I'm also happy to defer to what y'all think is important. I would love your input and making it a little bit more tailored to what everyone thinks, so that's also how we can do it.
I mean, it's a great letter. We are sending it to council, so they're very, very, very familiar with the aspects of the plan and have had a study session on it and are pretty deep in it, so we can talk about these things and they're familiar with it, so with that audience, I think it works really well.
Yeah, it'll be, so I submit like a packet of information to them, and so as part of the packet would be the letter.
Yeah.
And we also, I have the same template for next gen, and I'm hoping that everyone is able to sort of, we can tailor it so it's a little bit different.
But they will also express their support.
They said they wanted to. I was hoping that they, like, cause I put stuff in about the environmental stewardship action plan, and so I didn't know if they had a counterpart plan, so I kind of emphasized that when I emailed their staff liaison, but we'll see what they come up with too. And now we have a little bit more time, so if I could ask them also to do that in September, if it's like, if they're too similar.
Did we ever, as part of the greenhouse gas inventory, identify how this part of these goals kind of would help us meet those goals?
We haven't, that was actually the other part of our meeting today, is
Okay.
I've drafted a first sort of attempt at a request for proposal, an RFP for the climate action plan. And I was under the impression that it would make a lot of sense that for the waste section, that the consultant was able to integrate these recommendations into the action plan rather than reinvent the wheel, because we've already done this 18-month study.
Yes.
So that was my initial thought with the waste diversion side. That's a good reminder, because I think I put a section that's like, and more plans, and I'm realizing I don't think I even, after working so intimately with this, I don't even think I identified it in there as like one that they needed to do, so we can add that. This is why I'm bringing it to other people.
Yeah. Links to plans that have already been done.
Right.
Or that they should reference versus plans that we still need to get a full comprehensive sustainability action plan.
I mean, that could also be a benefit that we can put as well.
It streamlines this section of the consultant delivery process.
Yeah, so maybe it's like align and accomplish these goals. And then adding on a sentence of the stewardship action plan from ESV will feed into the climate action plan alongside this plan. So it kind of all can weave together.
I like that tying. I mean, there's probably other plans that have been in progress that they don't need to redo, they just need to know and incorporate.
Like our comprehensive plan.
Well, has like the transportation and mobility group, for instance, done any kind of planning or anything like that?
They're likely doing this timeline somewhat in tandem. I think that's still kind of in discussion when they're on the transportation master plan. If that's starting in,
There's more discussion on that.
okay. If that's starting in 2026 or not.
I think it'll start 2026, just when it will start 2026.
Yeah, so you're gonna have a parallel effort, you're gonna have some efforts done. So kind of sequencing those things up so that they all end up trued up and wrapped into one plan at the end, whether our plan goes into their plan or,
It might be that I am on, like someone from their team is on each project management team so that we can make sure we're telling a similar story, but yeah, I'm happy to show that to y'all as well. I don't know if for this letter, there's things that y'all want to change or other things about the plan that you want to emphasize or something you don't agree with that I wrote. I'm also happy to like, if you're over, if you want me to make it bigger and just do the letter, I can do that too.
I did read this on Monday and, I mean, I think it's a really good letter. I didn't come away from it thinking, oh, and we need to add X, Y, and Z. But I'm newer, so those who were like part of the committee as the plan was being developed, may have more feedback on these are the, key points about this that we have talked about in the past that we really want to emphasize.
Yeah, I didn't emphasize, organized collection or single hauler in this. But I know that's something that has been on the board's mind, so if that is something that y'all wanna emphasize, we could. But it also would have to be brought back to council, and I'd probably have y'all write another letter of support just for that one, so I went a little bit more broad for this.
Yeah, I guess I would say if you wanna emphasize single hauler, that's fine. Just knowing that it all has to be brought back to council to implement. But if that's something you guys feel strongly about, that's something we can include in the letter.
You kind of touch on that when you say communities that have an open market recycling collection. You include somewhere in there too,
Where did I wrote this?
the last paragraph.
Leverage, Colorado.
Here. Oh, right here. So we could add language here.
Yeah, if you want,
That's a good.
isn't that kind of like, from what I understood, that was sort of a little controversial, whether we're gonna.
Little bit.
Pam mentioned that calling it a single hauler can be a little triggering for people.
I think so, but the other thing I've heard multiple feedback that
And
it's
calling it
triggering,
contracted might be a better.
but calling it, apparently then people are confused about what it is.
Okay.
So I've heard both feedback that they're like, we don't like the messaging of single hauler, but using like organized collection or contracted, people don't seem to know what that means.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm happy to, that was just it's the same thing, but I guess if the messaging hits different for the community, maybe that's something ESB could help me think about, because I'm not really sure.
Well, and it's kind of whatever you guys think is the clear kind of language, right?
If this is our recommendation letter to them,
They know that that's what it is.
yeah, then, and if our recommendation is single hauler, I don't think we should confuse words and be, unambiguous, but, that's where I was trying to go with, do we know? There's kind of the benefits, like the single hauler is going to lower greenhouse gases, and they're going to protect our roads, and they're gonna make our streets safer, and they're.
And none of
you
that's
know,
really
Yeah, so,
in there.
so it's kind of, that was the benefits kind of part that I was thinking of.
Yeah. Do we wanna add another bullet point? Or expand on this last one?
I mean, just personally, the single hauler is extremely important to me.
It's, to me, that's the crux of the whole thing about getting greenhouse gases down.
Because if we still have 14 haulers, how is
Yeah.
that? But maybe they're picking up, everybody has to recycle, but it's still 14 haulers. That's not helping our
Yeah, it's a
greenhouse
full
gas.
in. You need a contracted hauling service, and you need these multiple streams of recycling under a big cohesive city contract with a means to pay and get everybody to buy in and measure and all that stuff.
I do feel like we need to be a little more, come out a little more strongly for that.
Yeah, you can measure it, it'll protect our roads, and it'll help meet our greenhouse gas goals. So that was one of the most important things that I took away anyway over the past couple of discussions we've had about this. And I think it is important. If it's our recommendation, I mean, council will do what, you know.
I'm not sure if that's my regulation, so my recommendation, I first have to understand what single hauler is. Is single haul, I understand that we want not all these independents going around doing people. But does single and hauler include that we could have 3 or 4 contractors going around the city?
As long as they're by region, I think.
By
You
region?
technically could, there aren't any communities in Colorado that have opted to do it that way. But that is part of it, that contracted hauling can be multiple haulers. I think it's kind of become single hauler because that's more of a common and utilized approach. It also would be a lot easier to be able to reimburse residents for the state program to just have the one, but you could have it.
So does that single hauler term encompass the regional, let's say, call it hauling?
Maybe contracting is the way to say it, because if,
We could put single haul in parentheses.
because for,
It
you're,
could
you're,
be-
you're a trail mark, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you might have a different hauler, or you might be
Yeah.
contracting through your HOA already.
We already are.
Right, so,
But I just like to, I haven't really given it real deep thought, but the thing is I like competition. So if we have 2 or 3 people doing this in the neighborhood and for the city, I mean,
and you can think about it this way too, so if we, say we went single hauler, we would put out a request for proposal, and then companies would compete based upon criteria and price, and we would likely award it to the contractor that gave us the best price.
That's price best value.
And so then that's the piece that's competitive.
yeah, I would like more competition perhaps, where you could compare, this guy's doing the region, he's doing so much better, no complaints. This guy in this region has boatload of complaints, so like, let's tell this guy, like, what the heck are you doing over here? We have someone over here doing a great job.
But I think as a city, we have a lot of leverage there too. Because we can go to that company and say, hey, we're not satisfied, we're gonna leave.
you have to have like a point
force
of
them.
contact too. Like, we can put whatever we want into it. I see what you're saying. I think it's kind of counterintuitive the way the waste industry works with the economies of scale. But there is an interesting concept you're talking about, is if we did a single hauling contract between all the cities, but each city had their own, so it was like still somehow operating under a regional contract and then tracking it for each city could be interesting.
Well,
I can't imagine the coordination with council, but maybe that could work.
And the other piece is that, waste haulers, it's basically a transportation business, right? So the more trash that they can pick up traveling the fewest number of miles, we're gonna get a better price. So it's really, that's their business, right? Less miles they drive and the more trash they pick up, better price.
And we also are kind of learning from other cities and seeing who they're working with, cause I talked to all my counterparts in these other cities and they're like, oh, this one we thought was gonna be great, but we're having these issues or these complaints. And so sometimes that side of it is also helpful, that we're like not the first people to do it in Colorado, because I kind of have I know people at each of those companies and know different municipalities that utilize different ones, so that also gives us a little bit of insight into like, how are they responding to residents and complaints? Are they picking things up? Are they picking up the phone? Like, I think that's all valuable. And maybe that should be a part of like the community, like the engagement that we do is not only with our residents, but thinking about the counterparts I have in other cities and compiling some type of report about what they've seen work.
Do I recall correctly that when we were discussing this before, you said that there were some cities with multiple waste companies picking up?
Contracted ones for the city, not in Colorado.
Not,
It's in other states, so I know that's true in a couple of municipalities in Virginia, I believe. We had our consultants based out of DC, so they've worked all over the country. They have not seen that in Colorado, but they have seen it in other states. But we have some really funky, fun state laws that make it even more difficult to have that approach because of like the commercial and multifamily side, they would like opt out.
So I guess, Tom, so do you think organized hauler is actually, or organized collection is actually a better term?
Well, if you could put single hauler in parentheses. But I think now I'm bought, single hauler is okay. I just had to discuss it.
I mean, I think that you're not alone and this is the conversation that I and the board probably needs to be having with the rest of the community to understand this super nuanced.
And council had this discussion at the study session too about, is organized collection, does that mean single hauler? Right?
So maybe organized, for example, G or so. You know, once you write something by committee, no one's gonna understand it, so.
Right, exactly.
It's amazing the wordsmithing you do.
To not offend anybody.
I mean, there's implement organized collection and parentheses.
Citywide organized? Or is that too?
Well, it's region-wide.
Okay.
Contracted?
Why does it have to be contracted organized?
That seems like
Contracted
really,
collection.
really confusing.
Contracted collection.
I think so too.
Contracted collection?
Possibly.
I'm just, the plan over here says organized, but I don't know if it matters.
Well, in the letter.
We can say what we want, y'all can say what you want.
Hopefully they understand what we're saying, that's. the
They
thing.
have organized collection and then.
I think they will understand because of the parentheses.
I think so.
I don't think it's too confusing.
Yeah, and council knows what organized collection is, because we talked about it, so.
So what, so we could combine these and say something like by reducing waste and the number of trucks on the road.
Yeah, and I mean, the benefits I thought of that were, it would help with, greenhouse gas goals, it would reduce number of trucks on the road, which helps with our safe streets, and it helps preserve the impact, the wear and tear on our roads.
Helps preserve our small town since people seem to be all. That's a thing people are talking about right now. Preserve our. Community, I don't know.
Preserve Littleton's small town character.
Charm.
I like charm. And what about, something safer streets?
Say reduce
Support our
traffic.
safe streets goals.
Reduce traffic and support.
Safe streets goals.
What's the official name of it? Is it Safer
Safer
Streets?
streets.
Safer Streets, yeah.
Should that be capitalized?
I think it is. I think it's a, isn't it a thing?
That's a program.
Yeah. It's down on noise pollution as well.
It's is it odor pollution, I think? It's also odors, like the smell. I think they smell terrible. But I don't know if odor pollution is right. Or cut down on noise pollution and odors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
That
good.
sounds better. And odors.
Is it the Safer Streets Initiative? Support the Safer Streets Initiative? Is
It's
that the
called
name?
Safer Streets Littleton, I believe
Okay.
is what it's called.
Okay.
Oh. Why don't we just say that? Support.
Or Safer Streets
Streets.
Littleton,
And preserve, should we say the cities?
yes. Yeah, cause 18 trash trucks doesn't feel small town charm to me.
No.
This is where I'll drive everyone crazy, so I'm gonna try to be quiet, but
Please don't be
city
quiet.
and small town, I get confused because city, small town charm, so.
And preserve
but,
our.
yeah.
We haven't used any of those.
That's
I
perfect.
didn't use any of those type of words like our or we, but I think y'all can.
I think that's perfect.
Okay.
That's good.
That is, please be nitpicky. That's what this is for.
I'll drive you crazy.
All right. Are there other,
Before we go any farther, do you want this to be a one pager?
I have a lot of creative ways to figure out how to make that into a one
Change
pager.
margins and fonts?
Maybe. I also think that there are probably places I could like cut down on a couple of words.
Yeah, so some words too.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that with y'all, but I can also do that on my own to make it one page.
Yeah.
But yes, that is a
Just
good.
wonder when we're adding words, then do we have to subtract words?
Well, it'll be okay. So I'm gonna say on behalf of the Environmental Stewardship Board. Probably in parentheses ESB. Should it say? Oh,
Can we just say the Environmental Stewardship Board expresses strong support? Does it have to be on behalf of? Can we just say the Environmental Stewardship Board
No,
expresses
we have
strong
to-
support?
Have to start out with on behalf of. No.
I guess I was like,
You're easy.
Yeah.
On the second point,
down here.
yeah, bullet number 2. I feel like the first half of that point might be more something about just an idea here is I mean, the other thing I note is that we are providing something that we don't have now. Not everyone has consistently. I don't know if anyone has the composting service. And the recycling, I think that's between you and whatever hauler you hire. So I think it maybe isn't exactly in this point, but if we offer something consistently across the board, that's another new thing that we don't have now, and it's a huge benefit because if people start using something they didn't have before, we're getting things out of the stream that were going into it previously. Meaning, if it's provided to you, you're more likely to use it.
Because right now recycling is an extra cost, composting is an extra cost.
Composting
it's
is
all-
mostly not happening as, I've never.
I pay monthly to go drop it off and I go drop it off in a back alley,
We have a
so,
couple people in my neighborhood that.
you know. Everyone does it differently, but
And
that's where I'm at.
People just have compost piles too, that's what I do, everything that
I
I.
just don't have a yard, so
Yeah,
that's.
just
I
goes,
go to the alley.
exactly, or I go to A1 and pay $5.
You mean that restaurant?
Put off.
Well, I live in Denver, so I go like right by Union Station.
Well, when you say the alley, I just think you're throwing it out your window or something. That's.
No.
Feeding the rats.
Can you imagine? I'm like helping lead this and I'm just tossing my compost out the window.
So do you live in an area in Denver where you can't opt
There-
into the compost?
So it's the same thing. I live in a multifamily unit that has more than eight,
Okay,
so it's considered commercial.
okay.
The HOA refuses to do anything. So they refuse to do literally anything useful. We can't even get them to replace the lock on our trash bin.
I think you
We're
need to
just
be
like
on the
illegally
board.
dumping in it, so.
Get onto the HOA board.
No, cause I rent from, anyhow, we don't, yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
It's all good.
or move.
I go to the back.
You need to
alley.
move.
So maybe this is more like, so what I'm hearing is also providing like equitable access and making people feel a part of a shared community, saying like, oh, well, the traffic goes out on Tuesday. Like, there is a benefit, I think, to that.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're
Something
getting
along-
at?
Yeah, something along those lines. I mean, the second part of that was talking about us to collaborate as a region, but we're also providing opportunity that we don't necessarily all have now. So we all have equitable
would
access to recycling and composting and therefore increasing the likelihood that we might take some stuff out of the waste stream.
Um, Trying to think of the words. This plan provides greater access to key services such as recycling and composting the residents may not have had.
In the previously.
I don't know, since this bullet point's about community collaboration, that sentence doesn't have much about collaboration.
We
But-
could also make it about something different.
It's a good point, I just am not sure it fits right there, or we have to change it a little.
Is it promote community collaboration and provide equitable access?
Yeah.
Or promote access and community. And I mean, aren't we talking regional collaboration?
I mean, I was talking both regional, but also like within. But
And we're kind of mixing a little bit here, but it's almost two different points, but
we can add another point. Also, you could decide one of these points you don't like.
Go under the single hauler paragraph too, because if we have a single hauler that does all of that, then it is going to, you know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna just go back. Alright. Oh. Great. And so maybe down here.
What about greater and more equitable access? No. And I would say after composting that residence, maybe change it to which, composting which residence. That just sounds better grammatically, I don't know. Okay.
Take grammatical suggestions, particularly from teaching. And it could also be that this doesn't like, these don't have to resonate with you. This was just from my head.
And I'm wondering, in the bullet point right above that, when it's underlined in blue, that have and, I wonder if it would suggest which. Oh, never mind, it's completely redoing it, but whatever. Maybe theirs
like
is
this
more,
version?
I think theirs is less passive, so that's probably,
We can just read it and I can press undo if you don't like it.
I think it's more active, it's
It
less
probably
passive.
is. This is Grammarly.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine, I think that's a good suggestion.
Did we wanna change the second one about the community collaboration?
All right. I mean, that fostering culture of environmental stewardship kind of says it partly, you know, that we're all part of this together.
Should it be which fosters? Would foster,
That might sound a little bit more like, yeah,
which fosters or which would foster?
which fosters.
I'm getting flashbacks when we were doing it for our, for the study session.
So,
We hired in a new, it's grounds and open space
It's grounds, open space, and natural resources.
and natural resources manager. She's starting on Monday. I was included on the interview panel, as was Brent, which was exciting, and she's incredible. I'm very excited.
Is this a new position or they just changed?
Remember Kelsey
Yeah.
Stansfield? It's filling that position.
Okay, but it's a new name, or no, is it?
Yeah.
the
it's-
position?
it's Diana Tripp.
No, it's the position,
Oh, no, that's the
title.
same. that's
Same
the
title.
same title.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Kelsey
definitely
had
a new
very long
person.
title too, yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize it was such a long title.
It's a very, yeah, I never got it right, to be honest, so it might be on me that you didn't know what the actual title was. I never knew, but
Okay.
grounds, open space and natural
Natural
resources.
reasons, got it. Okay.
Yeah, and she seems really awesome, so we're both super excited.
She was a state sustainability coordinator for the state of Georgia at one point.
For the Department of Natural Resources, for the state. She's worked for Commerce City, Louisville, and she's currently leaving the Department of Energy. Okay, what?
I can't imagine.
She's so imagine.
Well, I'm glad we were able to get her a job then.
Yeah, we basically stole her from the federal government. Or actually.
The
yeah,
federal
actually,
government
the
wanted,
federal
they don't
government
want anyone
Gifted
useful.
her to us, I should say.
So she'll be also a really good person to have on a lot of the key things I'm working on. She has a lot of experience, it seems like, in like climate risk and vulnerability assessments, and she has like beneficial land use management now. It's like a lot of remediation.
Maybe
really
when
cool.
she gets up and running, we could invite her in.
Yeah, I'm sure she would love that.
Yeah, yeah, cause I'd like to kind of hear, you know, some of our goals here, like we've talked about the farming and that thing.
I would absolutely love to collaborate with her as much as possible. And I also think she'll be leading that effort with, that's what made me think about it, is with the negotiations with South Suburban. So it'll be her, and she's done she has a lot of policy experience, and policy experience in Colorado, in Georgia, in DC. So I feel very lucky that we have, very excited. Sorry, I should have included that in the announcement, but I just thought about it.
That would also have gone at the end, yeah.
Yeah,
Now that I'm thinking about which Fosters, I think you're right, we need to change it to which,
Wood Foster,
because we can't guarantee it,
right?
do you know what I mean?
Okay, this is one way to cut down on this. We never use this word again, so that we don't need to have an acronym.
There you go.
The more I stare at it, the more I'm like, okay, that seems really nitpicky, but do we like this one better?
It's, yeah, I mean, if it's right, it's right.
I don't know. That seems like a nuance. So like we can,
I like
I'm
it.
Different to that one.
I would say go for it, put it in there.
sorry, we got sidetracked. We can also go down here to this last paragraph too.
When it says adopting the South Metro waste diversion does not commit, does that, shouldn't there be another word in there, like the South Metro waste diversion plan?
Yes.
Okay,
This is why we proofread.
okay, thank you.
We also don't have to have that specific nuance in there. This was the same template used for next gen, and I wanted to like also remind them that that was the case.
Okay,
That they weren't necessarily providing feedback on every single individual piece, but the plan as a whole. Well, we could take that part out. We could say, You take this out.
I mean, I think they know that it doesn't commit us to anything, right? Like,
I would
does the
hope
council
so.
know that?
We've told them.
Yeah, so I think you.
Mhm. I still like this, but if this doesn't resonate, we can also take this out.
I feel like it needs to be a little more forceful. But it could just be me and my impatience.
That's fine. We can make it more forceful if that's what the three of you today want. And I can send an update to the whole board and.
I just feel like these are common sense and they need to be done. But I don't know how to say that without
Well,
being pushy.
we could change the last sentence to ultimately this plan establishes a common sense path to a way forward.
That's not right.
For a goal we've collectively agreed we want to advance as soon as possible or something like that. I know that's very wordy.
Be a top
You see what I'm getting?
Okay, I kind of took what you were, so ultimately this plan establishes, it does want that.
That does need it,
The
yeah.
common sense path to a way forward to a goal we've collectively agreed should be a top priority. That's kind of what I heard you say. I might have taken words
I would
out.
say a common sense path toward a goal we have collected, toward a goal. Toward.
No. Doesn't even add, no.
Ultimately, this plan establishes a common sense path toward a goal we've collectively agreed should be a top priority.
That's more
Get your
forceful.
more forceful.
It feels better to me, better than just freaking do it. Oh my God, stop
And then
putzing
we
around.
We urge you.
We strongly urge.
No.
Okay. Okay, so now we've got, look how, we're so close
You're
to,
super close. Look at that. You can,
Sincerely.
On there.
should just say sincerely ESB? Or should we put all your names? I should probably put all your names.
What's usually done?
Or does the chair just sign it?
Oh.
then do we have to put that on behalf of?
That's why I might have put on behalf of, because I think it's only supposed to be.
Could you just put it there, Gretel, put it on behalf of the ESB? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and that can all just be
So
one line.
sincerely, you put in behalf of the ES.
Sincerely.
Gretel Pavel on behalf of. Does that make sense? Would that work?
Like, I don't know if that needs to be said or not.
I think so.
Yeah. I know you don't like the attention.
It's really weird.
I'm really slow at this, so when you say ultimately this plan establishes a common sense path toward a goal, what's the goal?
Or just goals,
Yes.
greenhouse gases, all of those different things that were in our original document.
And the goal of the plan is to increase waste diversion, right? And so it's to reduce the amount of trash that's going into landfill.
So can't you say that there?
Plan,
Instead of goal, just say
Then
reduce
increase.
waste.
diversion plan.
There's also this. Ultimately, this plan establishes a common sense path towards increasing waste diversion, which we have collectively agreed should be a top priority. But
Increasing waste.
Well,
Increasing waste.
you're increasing waste diversion. It's, I
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
but we can change the wording if you want, or you could
I
say
think that's great. I'm good.
decreasing waste.
Yeah, I
But if
didn't
you
even
use
know
the
what waste
word-
diversion was.
If you use the word diversion, then yeah, you wanna increase that.
I'm with you.
I was talking to this with my family and they were like, slow down, what is diversion? I was like, that's really fair. So, totally makes sense.
So then the leverage, Colorado,
Leverage, where are we at?
First one.
the third bullet,
Ah,
that one there. I get lost when you write in there that this is extended producer's responsibility.
mhm.
And you say what the these producers have to do. But then I'm not sure what the benefits of the EPR are for the city.
they're paying for your recycling.
So could you say that in there?
After listening to the Centennial one, I don't know, they asked so many specific questions on it, but yeah, I think I could. I think, so technically, it's the people that are creating the packaging materials are paying into the program, which is funded through this, it's like the state takes that in and then goes through this producer responsibility organization that then reimburses either a city or a contractor for residents recycling.
So instead of saying to fully access the benefits, can you say funding?
Yeah, to fully access this funding streams.
For the financial benefits?
That might be better, financial benefits, but I see what you mean, that it's confusing, so,
Financial benefit? And then in the third sentence, the one that says the state law, I would just say this law, because you've already said, which, you know what I mean? This law requires cover prices.
still close, that's fine, I'll work on it later.
And I would take out before end of life packaging, for packaging, I would just say end of life, take out the, manage end of life for packaging. Just trying to shorten it for you a little bit. I think it makes sense without the.
That makes sense without it.
Okay.
Then the last sentence there.
We don't necessarily have to say that.
Yeah. I'm good for it.
Are y'all here for it?
So that just says we would have to wait longer.
We
Okay, so
will.
to say, to fully,
Fulton will have to wait longer to see the benefits
okay, to fully
in our
and,
current system.
what's another word for quickly? To fully and,
Efficiently?
something like that, just to stress that we're gonna get the money sooner if we just do it.
Promptly?
Yeah, I think promptly is good, to fully and promptly access the financial benefits.
That is not there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Helps to take that out.
Ooh, we're super close.
Yeah, just pull the bottom.
I don't think you put that one on one line.
I can't. That's like the rules of a letter.
No.
Now we're at.
And in the first paragraph, I don't know if it's still there, but I got confused between plans, analysis, studies, and blah. Didn't know which was what and where. I don't know if we got rid of it.
Oh, I think I have a pet peeve of like using the same word multiple times in
Yeah.
one sentence, so I went with like 10 different ways to say plan.
And so somewhere I was thinking you could call the plan, like the conversion plan. And then maybe that straightens things out when you say a plan, so I know it's that plan.
Or you can just put SMWVP every time and make it an acronym.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, this, for some reason, the plan, isn't it?
Right, let's just make it an acronym.
All right,
You don't have to put quotation marks though.
yep, you're right.
I'll just save you a couple more little characters.
Do I have to do it here? I guess not.
And then I wanted to talk about that sentence right there that you're clicking on, the city of Littleton. I guess the word conjoined is just weird for me.
yeah, I put United.
The city of Littleton along with the cities of,
I thought United was
Work
good. because
together.
it showed like United States and stuff, word United.
yeah, I would say, yeah, city of Littleton along with the cities of,
Alongside. It does look like that.
how about worked along? What does it say? Hang on, don't go yet.
Partnered with.
Yeah, the city of Littleton.
Partnered with?
Like that.
To provide.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Littleton. Cities of England.
I guess we could say South Metro.
And then the third line down there, the study, there you can put SMWT.
Oh, our new acronym.
Use it at least once, right? Maybe in other places where
Am I even using the at this point? This is fun.
I think you're gonna get to one page. Oh, not so much.
P. This might not help us.
maybe it doesn't use all the different words you have, like analysis and plan, but
Do I need the word additionally?
Where?
I don't think so.
we took that out.
Dang it.
It's just, we just need that word together.
Regionally?
You take out together then at the end. Regionally together.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Do I have to sign this or can you just do it like that? Cause my signature's not there.
We're all done. I think we're all just
No
waiting.
more words.
Words.
Stop.
Put a period on it. For this could be on a one-page letter, and we're looking at an RFP next on the agenda.
Mhm. Yeah, and I will send this out to everyone and maybe they'll,
There's one more thing, it's not changing, it's just that the word enhancing, could be expanding our resources, or you like enhancing better, it's just.
what is enhancing?
Enhancing's the last paragraph, the first line at the end.
What was the word you were saying?
Expanding.
Expanding.
Oh. That makes more sense to me. Just, do y'all like that better?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know if you need the word hour, just expanding resources. Waste management improvement.
This is a fun acronym.
It's hard to say though out loud, SMWDP. It's like a mouthful. Those letters don't flow.
They don't flow. But here's the thing is I hope they're reading it in their heads.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
So I'm looking over my notes and they're kind of crazy here, so excuse me for, so where the second paragraph on top,
Yes.
to improve. You want to reduce or the individual cities. Last paragraph, second,
Second sentence.
all the way at the beginning on the left, it says to improve, is that reduce?
No, because again, we're talking about the
We want
waste
to improve-
diversion.
Improve the
But we
diversion.
can say. You can say decrease waste or improve waste diversion, because the diversion means that you're like diverting materials to the proper streams.
I think it's nice to be positive
Okay,
here.
that's good.
It's very,
Fine.
it's very nuanced.
Yeah.
When you really think about it too hard.
Yeah, no.
It's like kind of confusing.
I like it.
You have other suggestions there you want to go over?
Lining, I think I'm through this part here. It's the last paragraph again, and it's changed a lot already, so I don't know.
Does it need?
not even the same
Yeah.
paragraph anymore.
Instead of aligning with state and regional goals may unlock, could we say will? Or is that too,
No.
we can't guarantee that?
No, we can because of the extended producer responsibility.
Okay, cool.
I think that we can.
Okay.
90% confidence,
Okay.
maybe 95.
Okay, cool. That's more force.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
It's small town, a hyphen. It's the last subset of this grammar, apparently.
Says it works best when connected. I don't know. Out on that.
I would never do that in my normal.
I like it better
Neither
without.
would I.
No.
I agree that just
I
feels.
think Grammarly is obsessed with hyphens.
Same. I think they're all obsessed with hyphens, like AI in general is.
I would never put a hyphen in there.
Okay,
Yeah, I like it better without it.
great. So this is saved.
So you sign. Give the
I'll
signature.
sign it really skinny.
I
I think.
don't think you have to, I don't think you need to actually sign it.
Okay.
Or you looking at?
Oh, I got homework.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I thought that you were trying to show me something.
No.
Alright. So, yes, back to other fun editing. Climate action plan. This is the first time that this has ever worked this well with screen share, so I just thought we should take a moment.
Reaction boxes.
So,
So this is a draft request for proposal that we would put out to get to get multiple consultants hopefully to bid and go through the process of choosing who we're going to work with to help produce a climate action plan. So I guess we can just dive in. Ooh, now I don't have to say this.
We're already a member, right?
I mean, I think
Or we will be by the time this
we
comes out.
Yeah. we will be by the end.
Next week. Yeah, will be.
you scroll.
Yeah. I never want to assume people's reading speeds. So let me know.
And the
I do a scan before a careful read. I like to know what's here.
the ICLEI, that's not spelled out, so is that okay?
So it's
They will
really,
know.
it's really funky. It originally was started in Germany and the letters,
Oh, so
I'm
it's not
pretty
an
sure,
acronym anymore.
no, they don't use the acronym. You
got
can
it.
dig and find it, but it doesn't really match up with ICLEI. And I've only ever heard it called ICLEI. I actually went through this whole conversation with our city manager's office because they really wanted to define it, but it's just its own thing. It's just ICLEI. That's what they've told me they prefer as an
Okay.
organization. It is kind of strange though. Guess we can blame Germany.
Purpose, okay.
Are y'all good if I scroll? Do you have your printed copy?
Hmm?
Do you have your printed copy?
I do.
If someone wants, there's also, I gave Brent a printed copy. And so if that would be more helpful for any of you. I see you have a printed copy if you want to use this. That's easier.
We can have a second shot at this. We're gonna do it now and then send it out.
I can go make copies of this.
I'm hoping to do it in September.
I can go see if I can make copies for everybody.
I don't know if everyone,
I'm fine with.
we already have one, so.
If I have a second shot at this, I'm okay with doing it this way. It's a different way of thinking about it, but you send it out again, then
This will probably be one of. In terms of all talking about it together, this is probably our chance. if you email me in the next couple of weeks and you're like, I thought about this thing, what do you think? I can't really, because of like Colorado open like meeting, like sunshine, I can't coordinate with other people, but I could talk directly to you about it. If you had something, like if you wanted to change the word enhancing to, I don't remember even what we decided. Expanding, I
Yeah,
could
wouldn't
easily.
get that for that, something like that, but,
Right.
yeah, no, this is good, this is good this way.
Okay, there's also this copy if you'd like.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Laura, in that sentence that talks about the ESB, do we have to say the city's environmental stewardship board, or is that assumed that it's this?
That's a good idea. I'm not gonna necessarily know.
Can I,
And put environmental, cause it got deleted.
did you use a go-by from another city when you did this, or was this purely crafted bespoke by you?
I spoke to probably 5 to 10 other municipalities, and I started by picking out my favorite components and taking all my notes. And I actually did put that into AI to say like, can you synthesize all of this into some type of outline? And then I ran this by, I think 4 or 5 of like internal people, and then we completely have rearranged it since then. But that was kind of, I just used it to synthesize information. I try not to use it, but yeah. It synthesized like all of the inputs that I put in terms of like, I talked to these cities, these are their proposals, these are the parts I like, these are the parts we want. How do I organize it?
So, I mean, I spent my career doing RFPs and responding to RFPs, so
Amazing.
that's why I'm asking
Yeah.
questions. So you
Please ask them.
Do we have the budget? Do we have the budget that we know we wanna pay this consultant yet?
We have the budget, yeah.
We have a rough, yeah.
And does that budget that we have fit what other cities have paid their consultants for similar scopes of work? Since we synthesize multiple scopes into
I
our,
would say give or take 50,000. Which sounds crazy, but I talked to some cities that did it like really scrappy and some that were subsidized by the state. And then I've talked to some that went way over budget and they told me their lessons learned. And then I talked to some that are like kind of right on the market for what we were thinking. And I think it also kind of depends on the amount of community engagement we want. So I like, when I went back through this, I added a bunch and it would probably bump up the price significantly for the amount I was thinking. It could also be something that they give us the tools and resources and I work with y'all and we do it together and we don't necessarily use the consultant at every single community engagement. So like, there are different ways to go about it. But because this is a priority of councils embedded through your plan to create a formalized plan, I would hope that they would be able to figure out how to really involve the community and subsidize the extra.
can I see your?
It's hard to know.
I just
Want a
wanna.
hard copy? Yeah.
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 That's all.
It's hard, it's really hard for me not to see.
The whole thing. I get it.
On the purpose of this project, can we change that to which? The climate action plan, which?
Yeah.
I just think that sounds more professional than that. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Okay.
This I think is less about, I mean, we can nitpick the words for sure, but I think this is definitely a lot more on the content and probably what it's very helpful that you've done a lot of these as well. And so this is this is just like high level is what the purpose is supposed to be. And then I get into the objectives, but then I get into every single task. Scrolling, so these are objectives. So with this stakeholder engagement, I think we would definitely have to bump the budget up.
And what were you thinking, 150?
200. I'm thinking 200, yeah. That was around what our bond paid for a similar amount of engagement.
I think that's reasonable.
I think it's reasonable, particularly if I combine. Should I keep scrolling?
Not quite yet, sorry. Who was listening to you and not reading?
That's so fair. You can like tap on the table.
Are you gonna hold a pre-proposal meeting?
Did I not write that?
No.
Right, sorry, everyone, this is gonna be a terrible moment for everyone
Long
involved.
thingy, holy cow.
Well, interviews. Wait, what do you? Like before, oh, like they can,
Well,
that's also like I was assuming they could just write in individual questions and we would answer. But you think like having a
Good.
webinar? Is that what you're?
yeah, I really, this can be so ambiguous, you know, exactly what they think they're responding to and what you think you're giving. What you don't want is people submitting proposals that are like apples and oranges from each other. You want them to have as concrete of an understanding as possible through asking questions and through you presenting what you want, you know, how you want it, how you want the process to go, how you want the process, how you want to receive it. The more clear you make
So we
it
had
for
a
them.
proposal meeting, is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Good idea.
I think that's a great idea. I'm gonna add it as a comment.
So
because it's-
questions due, and then you have a pre-proposal meeting. You need it to be at least. I mean, the pre-proposal meeting needs to be on about the 28th or so, because they have to incorporate all that information into the proposal response, so they need it to be ample time to understand what their questions were. Because normally,
So we would answer them during the meeting and we wouldn't just be answering them individually, then they'd be able to hear everyone's answers, is kind of the concept. And like get on the
usually
same page.
questions are submitted written. So you could actually,
So the way I've seen it, so in the pre-proposal meeting, we usually will take notes and distribute those out also, because there will be questions that are asked in the pre-proposal meeting. So you want everybody to have the same information. So,
I think, so then you have to, if you hold the pre-proposal meeting before questions are due,
It should be
then you
before.
can submit with one issuance, the material that was presented at the pre-proposal meeting, along with the answers to the question. And the answers to the question will be much clearer because you've had a little bit of dialogue, and instead of the same people asking the same question over in multiple ways, we'll kind of push it all together into one answer.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good point. Should I go back up now? Sure. I had to deal with the formatting later. I am gonna put it in. I just like, I don't know if y'all saw me trying to do it. It's gonna kill me. Okay. We on the objectives? We can also make copies of this if y'all would also rather see the whole thing. Is it okay?
I also recommend the budget can come back. Sorry, I'm jumping around. I have this bad habit of reading back to front.
You do too? You want a copy?
That's fine.
Well, it's because
She
here's
knows
what
what-
we're asking for, and then I compare that to the scope. But on the budget, a lot of people give a budget template, like an Excel spreadsheet. And again, this will help align the apples and oranges issue. Is if you kind of give them, you know, task so-and-so,
And I also probably wanna give them the discretion to say, there might be something that I'm not thinking about that might cost them an expense
Or-
that I don't know about.
one way you could ask for it is a budget with clear breakdown, instead of that simple budget, by task, by hours. Let's see, budget. Broken down by task. With hours by consultant.
I would say we may ask for that separately, so a lot of times when we review the RFPs, we review based on the quality of the proposal first, and then second, we'll review the actual cost. to
Like
see-
a separate envelope.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
separate envelope,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, so
Right.
we don't look at the cost until we're done reviewing the proposals for quality.
Got it. Because we're not going for lowest price. That's never what we do.
Best value.
Best value,
Right.
which is better. I think it might say down here,
I mean, that's usually how Megan's our.
cost of
procurement.
proposal is included as a separate section.
But I think LaDonna's right, you want it by task.
You want it itemized by task and
Itemized, that's a good word.
line item.
Task, consultant, hours and line.
Um, instead of qualifications and bios of key personnels, one-page resume. One key relevant experience.
Did it tell you to put a hyphen?
Yeah. I
It's
can't.
really funny.
It really likes the hyphens.
I think we need to separate the approach and the timeline. A schedule is usually a graphic schedule.
Where's,
Still reading back to front. I'm under the proposal requirements, like what we're asking them for.
Oh, I see that you're saying,
That's really, really important. What we're asking them to provide to us is really, really important.
maybe which includes,
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by separating?
Yeah, estimated timeline.
We might wanna actually,
Well, I mean,
What were you gonna say, bro?
well, I was gonna say, we might wanna actually say how many community outreaches we want.
I have it up here.
all those words, estimated timeline, which includes just estimated timeline by phase, because you're basically reiterating.
By task.
estimated Timeline by task, yes. With key milestones. We want key milestones noted.
Oh, gosh. I don't use periods on the outside. So now we're just all reading back to front.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's hard for me to,
I mean, that's how
RFP.
Tom processes too, apparently. Sorry, Gretel.
Well, this is not my area of expertise.
Off the detail.
And then on the second.
Bottom line, it, I think, and then go.
The second bullet, the letter of interest summarizing, we've asked in the first bullet and, I think we call the first bullet a letter of interest. And then the second interest is actually project experience demonstrating relevant qualifications, not our approach. Including relevant qualifications, provide
Okay.
a relevant reference. We haven't asked for a reference anywhere. Oh, 3 references with contact information.
Okay, letter of interest and signed cover sheet no longer than 2 pages. Project experience demonstrating relevant qualifications.
Yes. Well, maybe we don't need that because then we go on to say 3 example projects of similar municipal climate planning work. So let's see. So just ultimately, we need to put those first 2 bullets together. If it's really all about this letter, we need 1 letter. And what do you want in the letter? You want no more than 2 pages, a letter of interest summarizing qualifications and approach. I mean, approach to the project. Is back here, 3.
Qualifications and approach.
Project experience or qualification? Or project experience demonstrating relevant qualifications?
I don't think you need to tell them what to put in the cover letter. Just say a cover letter no longer than 2 pages. That's usually,
Delete this.
yeah. And then the project experience is now the second to the last bullet. 3 relevant projects.
Let me just. The 1-page resume.
Mhm.
It's just easy. No, that's actually.
And you put the budget, let's see. Approach, timeline, budget, okay. And then we have resumes. projects and references.
12. There. Oh, it still wants the one page. All right, so then we have letter of interest, approach and methodology, timeline, budget, resume, examples, references.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this would be stressful for them to do, but yes,
And
pay them a lot, I suppose.
Not for this part of it, right?
the way they are typically asked for is
Competition.
bullets 3, 4, and 5. The approach, timeline, and budget are usually the last 3 things they ask for. You allow the team to introduce their team and show their project experience, usually ahead of asking them, what are you gonna do for me and how much will it cost? All of this is just to help you,
No, it's helpful to know what it looks like on the other side.
yeah, what you get back and how you ask for is really important. What people do often now also is say that this should be done in 20 pages, 25 pages, however many pages. You want to limit what they give you because what that does is eliminate a lot of boilerplate. I mean, people who respond to proposals are very used to it. And I would put a page limit on it, like 25 pages. I mean, isn't that common? Fred?
25 pages is a lot. That's what they're gonna do? That's like the minimum? Maybe 20 pages?
Maximum.
Oh, the maximum,
Yeah.
maximum, okay.
Yeah, with a approach, scope, fee, budget. I mean, you're
I
not
guess by the
asking-
time we get there with the references,
If you start, 5 team members, 3 projects, a page for references, a page for the timeline, a page for the budget, a page for the cover letter.
maximum of 25 pages. That's all.
It just helps you because it keeps them from putting in too much boilerplate and makes them be more concise.
Yeah, I don't want 50 pages from each of them. That'll be
It's common.
okay. Maximum of 25 pages. Bonus points if they can make it 10.
They'll
I
use.
don't think you can write a good approach for a good scope for this.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, are we still going up? Do you think this timeline is reasonable?
well, I mean, so city council is going to review and approve the budget and the.
Budgets, so the budget's already approved for this.
Yeah,
Okay,
the council isn't really involved, right?
Well, they
Do
approved
they-
the budget.
But they already did.
They already did.
who?
So this is just you.
Who approves RFPs before they go out the door?
Well,
Contracting?
we have procurement,
Uh-huh.
the procurement department, probably legal,
Yeah.
and I'm also working with some of our other city planners.
Okay.
Well, and Megan, who's the procurement.
Megan will definitely
She'll-
want to see this.
She'll let you know if those timelines are realistic.
Yeah, I have a long negotiation period.
Yeah, it's almost a month turnaround, which is very generous nowadays in terms of start to finish. You've got a.
We do have
pre-proposal
Thanksgiving in there too.
conference.
There are a lot of, like, there's the election for like local governments and there's also all of the holidays.
November's
You're
busy.
trying to avoid all that.
I am trying to avoid all that between December 1st and 31st. And I'm also trying to get them on contract with some of the funds I have this year and rolling over into next
Yeah.
year's.
Yeah.
It's a little strategic on that side.
No, I get it. You gotta double 2 budgets to get what you need.
I am, yes.
So the only thing on the timeline is you wanna put that pre-proposal conference in there.
Yeah, I have it in the comment, it's just because it's,
Okay. I see.
it's just because it's a funky formatting situation over there that I need to redo it. I don't feel like that's worth our time. Going back up.
It's kind of odd on the final deliverables. You're asking for deliverables in Word, Excel, and PDF.
I don't know why Excel actually. Right? Wouldn't it just be Word?
I mean,
Sometimes they'll
Well,
submit
the
their
budget's
budget
Excel.
on an Excel
Oh,
spreadsheet.
that's
but I
true.
mean,
No, this is the final draft of the climate action plan. I don't know why I put Excel.
Yeah, I don't know.
like, I don't know about. Are you expecting this to be a Word document? Because like whenever my firm did plans for municipalities, we would put together a very graphic document and.
That's true. I think the biggest point is probably making them all editable, which I have at the bottom, provide all editable files.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I have Word is like in my mind. If there was like, if 5 months later on page 80, someone was like, there's something that's spelled wrong. I hope that wouldn't be the case, but I would wanna be able to like fix that. But I guess you're right, it could be in Canva or like something
Well,
more sophisticated.
So you could ask for the final deliverable and the final file. I don't think you want to limit someone from doing something in InDesign.
That's true.
But you can take an InDesign document and convert it to Word. So you can just ask them for the final files. So give them the leeway to make the plan what it needs to be as graphic, meaning Word's just not a very good graphic program if they
Yeah.
do a lot of graphics.
Deliver draft.
So including,
Do you want them to just deliver it to you in an editable format? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I guess.
So instead of, so just say deliver draft and final versions of the climate action plan in editable files. Is that, I'm not sure what you're asking, so I'm just not sure if that makes
I
sense.
think that makes sense. And then I can take out this,
in PDF and editable.
In editable files and in PDF.
cause that's not a crazy ask for it to be PDF, right?
Well,
That's
PDF
normal.
is what they would typically give it, because that's what you're gonna post on the website.
Right, exactly. I see what you're saying though, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. I'm clearly not a design person.
I think the present the findings to city council is actually the first bullet in that section, cause you gotta present the findings before you can finalize it and deliver the draft.
It's just a formatting thing, but city council is capitalized sometimes, but it does not capitalized every time.
Unless I'm saying Littleton City Council, I think I'm actually supposed to make it lowercase.
So, oh, purpose finalize, okay, purpose. Should probably bold that word purpose.
Bold it or italics.
Take it out of, even take it out of bullet.
Oh,
See what I'm saying? The
I like
purpose
that.
for all of them.
Yeah.
So finalized becomes the next bullet.
No, she's saying the purpose of this task is to finalize it, get buy-in.
Like, here's an overview of what this
Oh, I
task will
see.
do.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have to present the findings to city council and then we'll deliver. We won't deliver a draft version, we'll deliver our final version. And then we'll provide all editable files and communication materials.
So obtain buy-in from key groups such as project management team, advisory boards, and city council, deliver final cap as the purpose. And then it kind of breaks down what that means.
Can you, is it okay to change show up in person to appear in person? as well as appear in person to present alongside. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just need to find it. As well as appear.
It just sounds more professional than show up.
I think,
Yeah, that was sometimes not intuitive when I've been talking to other groups that we operate in person. And I feel like that, I actually feel strongly about that.
yeah,
that They need to show up.
well, for the final presentation for sure.
Right, and maybe they Zoom for this if they're having, we are gonna have a preference for local vendors, but if we for some reason have someone that has to fly in, that is a cost we'd have to incur, so, but I still would probably wanna do that for the final council presentation. They might just end up virtual for,
If we're on the final, why would we be doing study sessions and general business items? You get down to the end. The second sub-bullet under, bullet one, sub-bullet one.
You might want to just say attend a regular council meeting.
That would be hard for a consultant to understand what all that advisory boards and study sessions should be done in an earlier scope phase. During, as part of there's stakeholder engagement and community engagement. Which you've got in task 4, all that should be done in task 4.
then maybe it should just be present findings to city council.
Yep.
Okay. Task 4. Yeah. Okay, wait, let's do task 5 maybe first.
So on task 5, all I have is second bullet. Where we talk about funding opportunities. I think it could be like funding and grant. Just to be specific, it's not just internal, it's external.
It's not like that. No. What's wrong?
And then on the next one, recommend projects for implementation. That bullet 2 there, projects for implementation into capital improvement plan.
Yeah. Okay. Feel like you're an expert.
I did these my whole career.
Yeah, thank you. This is really helpful.
I mean, we were a planning, design, landscape architecture firm, so, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you get work with the public, right?
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
See. Do we want, when we say property owners, This is a citywide plan, so if you're just saying generally, property owners, resident groups, businesses, local nonprofits, on a citywide level,
Should it say including citywide meetings? Period. I was just giving them examples
yeah,
of what those could look like, cause we could do. I kinda wanted to leave a little bit of flexibility and see, and maybe this is a terrible idea, but see if they thought that it would be more general, or if we would want to do targeted, focused groups, where you'd have a focus group that's wants to provide impact, that they're all businesses, and all the businesses are in one room that wanna participate, and all the nonprofits in one room. I don't know if that's absolute chaos, but I was kind of just curious to see what they would come up with, but then maybe that's too open-ended. And
well, what you could say is city advisory boards and targeted focus groups, identified in conjunction with a sustainability coordinator. Are you the project manager for this, or do we tell them that, who the project manager is?
with the, I say project management, project management lead. And then at some point I say sustainability coordinator, so maybe I should say just project management lead.
Yeah,
So is this where you think we should add in a study session for city council?
Yeah, that's why I put consult key internal and external stakeholders. I added that in too, so that won't be on your copy, LaDonna.
okay.
Because I wanted to leave the room for. I mean, I guess study session could be considered internal. I don't know. I guess it's internal.
Yeah, I would.
The Spanish translation will also probably be a hefty cost, but I don't feel comfortable not including it.
You have to.
I have to, right?
It won't be that bad. We also
Okay.
have translation services at the city too.
You could just do it with Google Translate. Just kidding.
I was like, I think you're kidding.
Yeah, I am.
You can't do that.
And,
And then take stakeholders some. The thing is I wonder if it would be the implementation framework and like their draft RFP, like somewhere between task 5 and 6 would be a study session. Because council's gonna have questions about, well, where is an implementation matrix? Like, I can already imagine them wanting a timeline for that. Right, like they want.
well, you could add that as a scope item under task 5 to, conduct a study session with city present and conduct a study, present draft time implementation framework and conduct.
It's kind of presenting like their draft climate action plan.
Yeah, and then you take city council feedback and submit final implementation framework, because you're gonna have already talked to all the other groups ahead of that. So I think it's mostly council, but yeah, getting their input into that implementation framework before the final plan gets done is really key. So that was important.
Maybe it's present draft climate action plan to city council, and the next one it says obtain buy-in through embedding city council study session feedback, and then it's present final plan or final cap to city council. And that one would be a regular city council meeting, then to city council during a study session.
Yeah.
So then it's a little bit
Yes, exactly.
more broken up. Okay. Good call.
So on the task force to design and execute inclusive outreach plan, including.
Oh, I also changed that based on what we just said. That first one.
Stakeholder meetings, group sessions. Okay. 3 public workshops. Okay, that last one is ambiguous. Include 3 public workshops, a community survey, and targeted interviews. I mean, I think you're done the targeted interviews
With the
with
groups.
those groups above. So just 3 public workshops and a community survey.
In a citywide community survey? Or is that obvious?
Yeah, you're going to have to have,
Doing it already, and that should be embedded in the city's process. And that's what Jim was saying.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to put it in there.
I guess we could put it in there, cause it could be something the city's already doing, in which case they would just consult with our people that are already doing it and what they wanna add to the existing
But the
survey.
consultant would come up with the questions.
Right,
So,
they would still come up with the questions, it would just be a little less robust than them doing the whole survey. So it'd probably be
we're doing
cheap-
a community-wide survey just in general next year.
So we could put questions in
Yeah, I
that.
think we'll put some of those questions.
oh, that's good.
They could just come up with the questions rather than us conducting said survey.
Yeah, okay.
But I would, should, is that a guarantee we're doing it next year? Like,
Yeah, and we do one every couple of years.
and
If it's scheduled for next year, I'm sure we're doing it.
Usually, I would almost, if, so you're not saying we're doing a survey?
no, we are. I'm gonna say, so this is what I just wrote. I don't know if both of you, like,
It's almost like, I think the way it usually works is you conduct this community survey. And then you start holding public workshops after that, because it's kind of this high level preference thing, and what they do is they present what the community said back to the community. And so here's what we're you told us this, so therefore we propose to do that kind of thing.
so maybe it's
You
the,
need to community.
they're separate. Let's do
Right.
questions and survey,
Yeah.
and then,
You wanna change include to complete? Or conduct?
ooh, conduct. And then maybe this is a sub bullet. Like, maybe this, the language stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that should be part of this. Well, that'll be part
But
of
it's
this.
part of this questions and the public workshop spot.
Right.
So I think it's,
City.
No.
I think it should be, I think you should put it back again. It's not just the public workshops, it's
It
the,
seems also like,
and actually you could put it below create all outreach materials, cause it's, you know what I mean?
Maybe it's at the very bottom, actually, cause
Yeah.
the summary should also be in.
Yeah.
I think that task 4 and task 3 should get flipped. Wouldn't we conduct community and stakeholder engagement before we start doing strategy development?
I can see that. That also makes sense. So this is task 3, three. And this one. Oh,
We have about 5 minutes left, just so.
well, I can also, like, as I was saying with Tom, is I can send this to y'all, and you can also provide red line edits to me as long as you and I are talking just to each other. And also as long as you're not planning to bid on this, which I do not think you are.
I am not.
And then I think we are totally fine.
Prefer my consult for,
So how about this? I can send out this copy along with the letter. And anyone can individually provide me any extra edits that we want. We have a little bit more wiggle room with the letter too, now that that's moved to October. So we can show it to all the rest of the board when they hopefully come in September. And Ravonna, if you want, maybe, I can send you this version if you're comfortable
Yeah.
and have the capacity and time. I don't wanna put this on you. I would love your input because it seems as if you are very well versed in this world. I'm still learning about the RFP process myself.
Yeah, it's key, it's so important to write it really, really well. If you can also share any of those RFPs that you put into the Crunch Monster, that would help
Mhm.
too.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get
Um,
it. But that will.
I'll share the ones that those cities told me I could share. There's a few that told me never to share them.
Oh, really?
Well, they're
Interesting.
public RFPs, so they're out there.
Yeah.
You're not
It's
making
nice
it
that
any.
they wanted to talk to me and give me.
I know,
any type of info.
you won't share it with me.
It was just one city
It's okay.
in particular. A mountain town, you know.
So how the process works is the donor can look at it, but we can't look at her stuff unless we're in a meeting.
So what could happen is she can provide the edits to me. I can completely edit it and then send it back out to y'all.
Could you do that?
I can do it that way,
Yeah.
but then you can't all discuss different things. You can just,
Only
you
communicate.
can only, cause I'm gonna BCC you, so you're only gonna be able to communicate with Brent and I anyhow. But I can then send out, here's the finalized version. I'll give y'all a week or whatever the case may be to give me any additional thoughts.
Yeah, that'd be good, because it looks to me like Ladonna is so knowledgeable about this.
Yes, this is incredibly helpful. Thank you.
I'd like to look at the final version.
Of course, yeah.
This is the final
So I
draft.
think that's what we'll do is I'll send out this, what we have now, and I'll send out what we have now for the letter. Everyone can sort of provide feedback. Maybe we'll talk separately or email back and forth separately. I can also set up any meetings with anyone one-on-one if they need to, if they want to. And then I can send out whatever that final is that we come up with and any tweaks that anyone internally besides myself and Brent may also have. Cause there are also people that'll be on like an internal project management team across departments. Okay. What do y'all think
I
of
just
that?
love it that we read back to front.
Yeah, I like to bottom line it kind of, and to see.
Yeah, I wanna go, what are they asking me for? You know, it's like, what are they asking me for?
I think cause I'm a big reader. So if I start at the back of a book, what are you gonna do?
That's not good.
You're gonna know everything. But no, for this, it does make a lot of sense to do it that way. Specifically for an RFP like this.
I mean, yeah, it's like, what do they want? When is it due?
I guess that's what I did for like project and big homework assignments. When I like had a big 25-page paper, I was like, okay, how many pages are we starting with? If it's 25 pages. You know. Everything. I get it. Well, yeah, we could end here just cause I don't think we have a ton of time left, and if y'all are comfortable, we can do it that way. And if you feel like you have the capacity to provide some red line edits
Yeah, I've
in
got,
a few weeks,
I've got a week and then I'm out of town for 9 days, so.
I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'll send it to all of you tomorrow. And then we can get the ball rolling.
Okay.
That's perfect. All right.
Anything else you needed?
Oregon coast should be awesome.
The what?
Going to the Oregon coast should be awesome.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's beautiful.